Hi everyone, today we're going to learn how to apply everything we've been talking about in relation to similar figures. So this section is really neat because you guys are going to see how we actually use similar figures and proportions and ratios in the real world to calculate things. So this is actually very applicable to the real world, which is really neat in my opinion. So you have a sheet of paper that has a bunch of word problems on it. I'm just going to be going over 5 that I've selected from that paper. Okay, so I'm not going in order of that paper, so just be careful. Like, I'm going to be going over questions 1, 4, 5, 9, and 13 on your paper. Okay, everything else will be your homework. Okay, so but I'm going to be going over question 1 first. So go ahead, take a look at your piece of paper and go to the first problem. Okay, so this problem involves a real airplane and a model airplane, which your worksheet does not have an actual picture of a plane, which the reason why I did this is because I'm horrible at drawing. And then I realized I forgot to put on there, or put on like a smaller picture for the model. So I had to draw my own model picture, and if you guys can see, like, that's really embarrassing. So that's why I did not try to draw it originally, but then I ended up still having to draw it. So there you go. But anyway, so whenever you guys are solving these problems, if you can provide a picture, it's really helpful to do so you guys can visualize what's going on in the problem. Okay? All right, so our first problem, let's go. So an airplane has a length of 24 meters. So this is my airplane, so it has a length of 24 meters. So that is how long the airplane is. So from the top to the bottom of the plane, it is 24 meters. Okay, and it has a wingspan of 32 meters. So the wingspan, that is how far apart the wings go, which you guys probably already knew that. Okay, so this is 32 meters. So this is my wingspan. And the orange is the length of the plane. So this is my length. Okay, then it says a scale model is made with a wingspan of 12 meters. So here's my attempt to draw a model, which a model, if you don't know, is just a smaller version of the actual object. So you can like look at it and see it a lot easier than an actual plane, because it's kind of hard to visualize everything on a plane since it's so large. So the model makes it easier to visualize things on the plane. So here's my attempt to draw the plane model, which is very embarrassing. Hopefully yours is a lot better than mine. But anyway, so it says a scale model is made with a wingspan of 12 centimeters. Okay, so now we're in centimeters, so we have to be careful. So the wingspan is 12 centimeters now. So 12 centimeters. And we want to calculate the airplane's length. So currently, I do not know the length of this guy right here. So I do not know the airplane's length. So the length, I don't know. So I'm going to call it X since I don't know the length. Okay, and what we're going to do, we're going to set up a proportion to solve for what the length of my model's plane should be. Okay, now, it is very important when you guys set up your proportion, you need to make sure you set it up in the same way. Like if I do the wingspan over the length, my next one should still be the wingspan over the length. So just be careful. Watch it. Okay, so when I do this, let's see here. I'm going to set up my proportion. Actually, I don't want to do it like that. Come on, Miss Long. Okay. So, I don't know. It doesn't matter which one you set up first. I'm going to do the length over the wingspan. So, I'm going to do the length over the wingspan. Okay, so when I set up my proportion, I need to make sure that when I do it, I also set it up so we have the length of the model over the wingspan of the model. So length over wingspan. Okay, so let's look at our actual airplane. So my length of my actual airplane is 24 meters. I'm going to write 24 meters. And then the wingspan is going to be 32 meters. So 32 meters. Okay, on my model, I don't know the length, so I'm going to put an X for the length. Okay, and technically it's going to be in centimeters. And then my wingspan is going to be 12 centimeters. And guess what, you guys, from here, you just cross multiply, because guess what? We have a proportion. Okay, so the hardest thing about these problems is setting up your proportion. After you do that, you guys are cross multiplying pros. You just cross multiply and bam, you'll be done. Okay, so remember, it's always good if you can reduce down your fractions. Try to do that in advance, so then when you cross multiply, your numbers will be smaller. So do you guys know a number that will divide into 24 and 32? I knew you guys did. It's 8. So I'm going to divide each of these by 8. Okay, which 24, well actually, hold on. Yeah. Okay, so 24 divided by 8 is going to give me a 3. So it'll be 3 over 32 divided by 8 is 4. So 3 over 4 will equal X over 12. X over 12. And from here, we just cross multiply, you guys. So let's get going. So I'm going to go this way first. I'm going to say 4 times X, which will give me a 4X. And that will equal the other way, which is 3 times 12. So 3 times 12 will give me 36. And from here, I'm just going to solve for X, which currently the 4 and the X are secretly multiplying. So the way that I'm going to move my 4 to the other side is by dividing by 4 on both sides, which 4 divided by 4 will cancel and turn to 1, and 36 over 4 is 9. Okay, so my final answer will be 9, but since this is a word problem, it's always good to provide some units with your answer. Otherwise, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so this is pertaining to the length of my model, and the units for my model are in centimeters. So my final unit will be 9 centimeters. So I know the length of our model plane is going to be 9 centimeters long. Look at that. Nice job.